Hey guys, Ellie here. Today I am with Trixie and old buddy. I don't know why I'm so tempted to call him Buster. I think it's because I saw this movie, Evan Almighty, and they got a dog named Buster, and he kind of looks like this. And this is about the 100th time that I've seen him and almost been like, "Hey Buster, your name's not Buster, your buddy. Bubby, I need you real quick." There's my beautiful fiance right there.
Cat pee.
Covered in cat pee. We'll have a video about the cat strip to the vet that we just took them on. Oh my goodness, is that it? Is that a shadow or is that?
No, that's cat. No, that's cat
That's
pee.
cat pee.
And that wasn't even all of it that was on my hands either.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Bubby.
Yeah,
We'll go home and clean up.
Somebody
But really,
couldn't control their bladder.
but really quickly, I wanted to make a video about an interesting topic that came to my attention when you were talking about that Netflix thing. Today's video is going to be about pride and the dangers of being overly prideful. This is something that I think can be really helpful for everybody, definitely myself. I definitely don't want to be someone who gets caught up in the trap of pride, so I sure try to work on it. But let me give an example of how it even came to mind. Tell me about the Netflix thing. Tell the audience about the Netflix thing real quick, and let's go away from.
What?
I said let's go away from those geese because it's hard to concentrate.
I was going to see Indy.
Indy,
Yeah.
tell me about the Netflix thing real quick.
Well, so anybody that owns Netflix accounts should know about this. So it'll be, I read it last night. On March 31st, Netflix is cracking down on password sharing. And to do that, they are going to essentially, they consider a household people that live under the same roof. So my family, my mom, has a Netflix account. I do not live under her roof, but I'm still on her Netflix account.
So basically, to summarize, Netflix is not happy that Megan and her mom are using the same Netflix account, but from different locations. They think, you know what?
A household is a
A household is a location. If two people are watching Netflix from different locations, then they should be paying for two separate accounts. That's not fair to us. We're not getting as much money as we deserve. That's what Netflix's philosophy is. And a lot of people do that. I'm sure most of you do it. I do it with my mom. I'm on NFL Sunday Ticket. We share our password at different locations. It's just kind of common sense. Everybody does that. But Netflix thinks that is such an injustice and they're going to crack down on it. And so tell me what you said about the consequences that might have for Netflix.
Oh, there are lots of people on TikTok, and say what you want about TikTok, but I mean, this is where I found my information, and then went further research. But there are people saying they're going to cancel their subscriptions, and I'm sorry, but Netflix is a convenience, and once you make a service non-convenient anymore, people are going to stop subscribing. Because here's what's going to happen: if you log in and you are not in that primary location, your account will be banned, but not fully banned, like closed essentially. And then they will tell you if you would like to get back into that, you have to go to the main account holder. And once you go to the main account holder, they can get you in for a certain amount of days or whatever with a password, whatever, but it's not indefinitely. And then that's not even it. As the main account holder, so if I get my, let's say at my house, at my mom's house, they put it on our main living room TV. Every 31 days on that main living room TV, you have to log into Netflix and watch something, or you get locked out of the account and have to call customer service. And everyone knows what it's like to call customer service.
So basically, I don't know all the details of every little thing. I haven't read as much about it as Megan has, but basically Netflix currently, you told me they made $31 billion $36 billion last month.
6.14 increase each year.
So they make more money than most companies could ever even fathom, and it's only increasing. Yet they feel like there's such an injustice being done against them that people are account sharing. And so what they've done is they decided they're going to crack down on that. But the consequence, as Megan said, is that by them cracking down on it, they're going to force people to kind of cancel their Netflix subscriptions.
Their stock's going to go down.
Their stock's going to go down a lot. They most likely will lose a lot of money. And that right there, if that isn't an example of pride, then I don't know what is. Because that's them saying, you know what? $36 billion is not enough. These people are account sharing. we're not worth 36 billion. We should be worth 70 billion. But then in trying to make themselves worth 70 billion, they're going to end up making their profits plummet. And so that really kind of makes me lose respect for people. I don't know if there's more details to it. I don't want to be unfair because this is all stuff that I'm hearing secondhand. So maybe there's a little more to it than I realize. But let's not even make it about Netflix anymore. That was just one example. I can think of countless examples. I can think of other examples that I actually know a lot more about that I've researched on, like football, for example. NFL football players. Y'all know that I love football. There are so many players that take these super duper max contracts of like $100, $200 million, sometimes even more. But the thing is, though, is that on a football team, you have limited amount of money. Every team has the same amount of budget to work with each year. So you don't just have infinite amount of dollars to spend. That kind of makes it fair and balanced for all the teams, right? And so some of these players, these quarterbacks, they sit there and they want to be the highest paid player in the league. Some guys will say, you know what? According to the stats, I'm the 5th best quarterback in the NFL. So I need to be paid the 5th most money or more. Otherwise, it's a slap in my face. It's disrespectful and it's an injustice served to me. And so what happens is they demand a lot of money and the team will give in and pay them a lot of money. But then the team doesn't have money to help them have good teammates. The team doesn't have money to make the rest of the team good. And so what happens to the team? The team does horrible. And the quarterback has no help and he struggles. Sometimes he even gets hurt because he doesn't have good blockers to protect for him. Everything just goes downhill because of one man's pride. I've seen it happen so many times in the NFL. There's probably 3 or 4 examples of it right now at this given moment in the league. And there's people like Tom Brady on the opposite end of the spectrum. Say what you want about him, but Tom Brady knows that even he can't win by himself. So he takes a pay cut. Tom Brady's his whole career been a top 3, top 5 quarterback, but he gets paid like the 12th or 14th most. But you know why? Tom Brady doesn't care that he's not getting paid what he's worth, because he would rather win. He knows the team needs money to bring in good players around him. And that's only made his legacy that much better. That's why Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls, because he's been selfless and taken the pay cut so he can have good teammates. And these other high-paid quarterbacks, most of them don't even have one. And yet they wonder why they can't win like Tom Brady does. They make it seem like it's rocket science, but in reality, it boils down to one thing: pride. It's just pride. Do y'all follow me here? Do y'all get kind of the rant that I'm going on, and do y'all get why I feel like it isn't a good thing? It can get a lot more consequences. It can cause a lot more negative things than it can positive things. And so, yeah, long story short, just those are 2 examples of pride that I've thought of recently. There have been times where I've been prideful in my life and it's ended up causing more negative things. It ended up hurting me more than it helped me because I was so short-sighted. I only saw the immediate results right in front of me. I didn't see the bigger picture. And so the best thing that I could say that I want to work on and that I hope our world can grow into more and more each day is to, be selfless, just be considerate of others, and also be grateful for what you have. Because sometimes people think, like, how dare them do this to me? Or maybe this is not fair. It could be better on the other side. But the grass isn't always greener on the other side, as they always say. Or sometimes maybe it might not be as much of an injustice as you think it is. Okay, rant done. Just an interesting little topic. We got to get home and get some rest because we are exhausted.
You see, you're worried about getting home and getting some rest. I
am worried about getting the pee off of your pants. Oh.
It's on my pants. It's on my body.
It's on your body?
Yeah,
all right.
on my leg.
Well, let's get home and get you cleaned up, Bubby. With that said, though, oh, look at the little kitties. They're chilling. They're so happy.
Now that they've released their bodily fluids all over me.
Now they've released their bodily fluids all over you. Yeah, I'll have that video for y'all soon of how crazy they were being in the car. But with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see. I hope you all have an incredibly blessed day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out.